All right, figured out we'd get it started real quick. Hey, look at that. I'm on time for the first time. See, I am getting better. Anyway, so how you guys doing? If you're coming in, just hit the like button. And yeah, let's get it popping. So basically, I guess this is a stream addressing police officers, right? I have to say, right? I'm very critical when it comes to police. I don't see police officers as heroes or villain. I see them as just people, and people can be both good or bad. However, what has been going on for a long time now is that there has always have that feeling that police officers have been immune to the laws which they enforce, and that had created a huge level of resentment towards cops, right? But this is the thing. This is the problem. What's going on right now? Dear police officers, you're just a pawn. It's not personal. It's just business. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little story, right? I think it was like a couple months ago, right? No, not even a couple months ago. Let's say about a month ago. I'm just driving with my truck, and then this dog just ran in front of my truck and everything like that, right? So I just quickly pumped the brake and I pressed it hard to avoid hitting that truck. So the little bugger, he's just looking at me, smiling, his tongue all out, flapping about in the wind, like cute dog, right? But I almost ran his ass over. And then after that, I was a bit pissed off, but I look, oh, that face was so cute. I'm like, you know what, screw it. So I just keep going and everything. And then later on that day, my dispatcher called me because I had a hard brake. So it was like a critical. Whenever you press the brake too hard on your truck, it becomes like a critical condition. So then he hit me up, be like, asking me about what's going on, what happened. So I told him, like, dude, I almost ran a dog over. And then he said, look, I understand, but when situation like that occur, you just have to do it. You have to run them over, something like that. Now imagine if you were carrying a cargo, and you could actually create a bigger accident, right? Which in the policy, he's right. I had every right to run that dog over. I had every right to run that dog over, to kill the dog, but I didn't. So not because, first of all, I love animals, and second of all, had I done that, right, kill the dog and all that stuff, right, hit the dog and everything, and then the owner would call the cops, and they would have like a whole big investigation. They would try to sue my company and all that stuff, and hold and behold, the same company that I work for would throw me under the bus. They would actually fire me, even though I did the right thing. Now, when we're looking at some of the things that's going on with the police force in the United States, a lot of officers' head has been gassed up to the point which the policies put in place were able to protect them during certain situation, that even when they are in the wrong, they still get the protection from the laws which they actually enforced. Now, it's like, say for example, let's say the shooting in Atlanta, right? The shooting in Atlanta. If you're looking at the video, and I know there's people making all type of excuses and all that crap, right? But if you're looking at the video, the cop had every right to shoot that person, right? I mean, it sucks. The brother lost his life and all that stuff, but with the tussle and all this thing, based on policy, he had every right to do it. He was following protocols. But guess what happened? The mayor is actually asking for, like, drop a murder charge on them, That might even lead to death penalty and all that stuff. Because see, the second they no longer have any use for you, they will throw you under the bus. Now, it is time for you to start asking yourself, the policies that you are being asked to enforce, are these policies backed by the US Constitutions? Because you can no longer afford to be a pawn. You can no longer afford to just be a mindless drone, to just follow orders, and whatever they tell you to do, you're supposed to do it. You cannot afford to do that anymore, because your power never came from politicians. Your powers never came from the states. It came from the people. And for so long, you've been enforcing laws that have been unconstitutional, such as stop and frisk is one of them. And so many other policies to which that puts you in more direct line of fire. They put you in direct confrontation of the people to which you're supposed to serve. And now they are throwing you under the bus. Even when you are in the right, they are still throwing you under the bus. It's not personal, it's business. You are no longer useful for their agenda. Because when they were telling you to go out there and harass people that were not wearing masks, to harass people that just wanted to get a haircut, to harass people that just wanted to go to the beach, to harass people that just want to open up their businesses, you followed those orders. And several cops that were not down with the cause, even the one that even speak against it, got fired. You can no longer afford to be a mindless drone, my man. It is time for you to base your actions and assessment based on principles. So, what do you do? What do you do when you're supposed to uphold the law and enforce the law, but yet doing so, it's a crime in itself? What do you do? Well, it's simple. If your power comes from the people, if the power comes from the community which you police, and the community itself is telling you to your face that they no longer need you, then why do you serve them? Why remain employed in cities to which the mayors, those politicians are saying that you are evil people? Why continue to serve them? Why continue to serve communities that's telling you straight up to your face, F the police? Why do you continue to serve them? Why do you try to save or police neighborhood that don't respect you, that don't care about you, that has no ill towards you, that's willing to put broken glass in your food, that's willing to put Clorox in your milkshake, that's willing to try to poison you, that's actually shooting stuff at you? Why would you want to police these folks? Why? Because they tell you to? No. You guys got to stop being idiots. Listen, we get the politician that we deserve. We get the politicians that we deserve. And if we're looking at some of these urban areas, the politician that's constantly undermining your services are the same one putting policies in place that actually put you in more line of fire, put you in danger, such as, no not warrant, to which is unconstitutional. And yet you follow these things. So it's very hard for me in one end to feel sorry for you. But on the other hand, I have to see the human aspect of it. Because I don't see you guys as good or bad. Or, hero or villain. I see you guys as just people. People with emotions, with fear, with frustrations, that have to toe the line between following orders because that's your job, or follow your conscience. I think now it's time for you to start following your conscience. Because see, I remember when I was a teenager, right, walking in the hood and all that stuff, and then some random dude come through me and just with shotgun, was telling me to get into the car, right? So I didn't, and then he actually hit me with the buck of the shotgun. That shit hurt. And then hop in his car, screwed up. I could have got shot that day. But you know who I called afterward? The police. Well, my house got shot at one time. You know who I called? The police. Well, my car got broken into. You know who I called? The police. So now you have a whole bunch of people that's all up in their emotions saying that how they don't need you anymore. All right? Make their wish come true. And so far, it started to happen. In Atlanta, cops decided not to answer any phone calls or any dispatch, none of that stuff, after that officer was charged with murder. And yeah, good for them. So it is time for you to actually give the people what they want. They don't need you anymore. So make their wishes come true. There are plenty of towns in the USA that actually wouldn't mind hiring police officers with experience. Go that route. But the cities, let them be, because these are the folks that actually that elect those politicians. These are the folks that for so long been telling you that they don't need you. So then why continue try to serve people that don't need your services? You might say, well, what about the innocent people in these communities? What? That's true. What about those innocent people in those communities? They don't deserve some of the backlash that's going to come through. They don't deserve some of the gang violence that's going to come through. They don't deserve none of that stuff that's going to come through. But they had a civic duty to know who they vote for. They have a civic duty to actually participate in the political discussion. They have a civic duty to know what's going on in their own neighborhood. They have those civic duties. And if they choose to remain ignorant about what's going on around them and simply follow orders just like you had been, simply being a mindless drone just like you had been, then you know what? It's time for you to separate yourself from them. Let them be. I mean, not all communities are gonna go to shit. As you can see, when people try to riot in the Hispanic communities, the people came together, gang members as well as regular folks. They come through and they defended their properties. They defended their businesses, and they would not allow people to just come through and riot. Perhaps it is time for you to let children become adults. Perhaps it is time for you to actually let people suffer the consequences of their actions. Perhaps it is time for you to step back and let people police themselves. Go where you want it, man. Go where you want it. And clearly, the black community don't want you. Clearly, the black community don't need you. It's not personal. It's business. You can no longer afford to be a mindless drone. You can't. Not anymore. What's going on right now is bigger than you. Politicians will throw you under the bus at any chance that they get just to get reelected. Companies would try to actually campaign against you. Yet, the same Wendy's that would actually, donate to Black Lives Matter, whatever the case may be, they'll be the same one calling you to actually get someone off of their property because they can't do business. Why would you want to serve those type of people or those companies? The same CNN that's telling you that how much of a bad, how bad you guys are the same one calling you whenever rioters were at the front step try to burn it down. Why would you want to serve those people? The same big companies that's trying to align themselves with the mob to go against you are the same one calling you when the mobs come after them. Why would you want to protect these people? I wouldn't. Telling you right now. According to the CDL truck app, and people, and I've actually personally been talking to other truckers. Guess what? We're not gonna make any deliveries that have to do, and we're not gonna make any deliveries in cities that had defunded their police or abolished their police. Hey, what's going on, NYAB? So therefore, it's like this is not about you. The whole thing is going on right now. You are being used as the catalyst for the chaos that needs to ensue in the United States. We've already lost the cultural war when, when tech are deplatforming people that actually talk sense, people that are intellectual, people that are trying to reason with others, and yet they continue to push those French ideologies, and yet they try to, they continue to stoke the fire. They try to make you look like the villain. And the funny thing is, to a certain degree, they were right. Some aspect of you guys were venomous. Not because you partake in some of the situation, it's because that you remain quiet when some of these things were happening. When cops did something that was horrible, you remain quiet. And now you are suffering the consequences. And that includes conservative as well. When cops did something that was not right, despite all the evidence that point out the clear abuse of power, you protected these people. And they make you guys look like crap now. Now, you can no longer afford to do that anymore. You can no longer afford to just be, like I said, a mindless drone. So how do you go forward from this scenario? Obviously, what's going on in the cities is just, I would say, socialist taking over the Democratic Party. And those Democrats think that they will be able to control these people once they gain power, right? That's what they believe. That's why they're taking the knees. That's why they wearing those African scarf, try to make you seem like they're down with the black cause, all this other crap. They're just kissing asses so they can get that campaign money and get reelected. And that's why they have no problem throwing you under the bus. And there'll be the same one that try to tell you, hey, you know what? That church that just opened up, they're actually violating the lockdown order. Go shut them down. Are you going to do it? It's a good question. When they tell you to do some of these dumb stuff, are you going to actually go and do it? So, what can you do? Well, I would say a lot of you guys need to come down with a mild flu symptom, to which that makes it almost impossible for you to do your job. Call out sick one day. Like a mass exodus of people just, they're not feeling too well. Call out sick. Let it happen. Because there was a mayor, right? A mayor in, I believe, Olympia. And rioters came to her house. Right? And she still refused to call these people what they truly are, rioters. They're like, well, these protesters, they were angry. So therefore they came through and listen, let them be, man. Anybody, look, freedom comes with responsibilities. And anyone who actually chose to cower down, to take a knee, and refuse to actually stand up for what they believe in, and refuse to stand up for their freedom that's being eroded every day. If you refuse to stand up for that, then you know what? You have every right to lose. You don't need that freedom. You have every right to lose such freedom. And when you are in a position where the same folks that were stroking the fire, the same folks that was encouraging violence against conservative, against police, against all this crap. When the mob come after them, they'll be the one calling out for you. Please help us. Somebody call 911. My shop been burned down. Or CNN anchors calling for 911 because rioters are, setting their things ablaze. What do you do? Only you can answer that. I know what I would do. But anyways, so I'm not sticking for long. So it's a short clip. My point is this. Don't allow yourself to just be a mindless drone. Think for yourself, man. If you find that a law violates someone's constitutional right, then don't enforce it. If you go to a neighborhood and if you are patrolling a neighborhood into which the resident themselves don't want you there, don't go. Go where you want it. It is time to allow people to actually make up their decision and take the consequences that comes with those decisions. Well, obviously, they're not going to take any sort of responsibility because when shit hits the fan, guess what they're going to do? Oh, those cops, they were not doing their jobs. They were not protecting us. Oh, they let all these rioters and looters come through. Oh, no, it is those Republicans' fault. Isn't your mayor, your governors, your police chief of staff, they're all Democrats? Oh, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It is your fault. Didn't you say defund the police, abolish the police, and all this other stuff? It doesn't matter. It is your fault. You should have saved me from myself. Don't be idiots. Go where you want it. And right now, they want to abolish the police. You'll be all right. You got skills that would actually, be useful when it comes to private policing, detective work and all this other stuff, security work, all that shit. You're good. The state already trained you. You already had all those training that is necessary for you to make those type of transition and go to conservative town or places that you know that your service will be appreciated. Why bother with all the headaches, man? Right now, let these people run amok. And you could tell the towns that actually appreciate you. These are the ones that actually organize things to make sure that nobody come through and create chaos in their neighborhood. These are the ones that, they get the bikers together, they get some of the gang members together, be like, nah, we're not going to let people just come through and fuck our shit up. These are the ones that actually appreciate law and order and appreciate what they have here in the United States. All these other fuckers, these white trust fund liberals, or those dudes that proclaiming to be Black Lives Matter, all these people, they don't care. They want to burn shit down. They want to use these excuses to burn shit down. And the people that are protecting them, making excuses for them, they too want to burn shit down. You know why? Because they are not builders. They do not contribute nothing to society. So then therefore it's easier for them to tear shit down than to actually build anything back up. So let them. Let them shit where they eat. And you walk the fuck away. Go where you want it. So yeah, I guess I am for the defunding the police. Screw it. You'll be all right. Just take your families out of there. And if any resident that has some sort of mean, you get the hell out of the cities. You get out of the cities. Because what's going to happen, you will not want to be present there. When you dial that 911, they are not going to be there for you. And for good reason. I don't blame them. Let these people do what they think is best for them. Overall, if that's what makes them happy, isn't that what the Constitution is for? The pursuit of happiness. And if they believe they can actually protect themselves, do all this other crap, let them be. But I also want you to be there as well. to protect the right of civilians that want to express their Second Amendment right to protect themselves, to protect their properties, to protect their loved ones. Don't be idiots. Any laws that are unconstitutional, don't enforce it. And you'll be all right. You will have the backing of the people. But anyway, it's Art Banaka. Share, like, comment, subscribe. I wanna know what you guys think in this whole situation. And if you're police officers and you actually want to reach out to me, and I wouldn't mind having you on my platform and have a conversation on what's going on. So yeah, hit me up, and you could drop down your email or just leave me a message and stuff like that, and we'll find a way to contact each other. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Peace.